vote. In terms of security and safety at this point, they didn't allow any bags into this arena, so that was something new to point out. But many people we talked to say they didn't think twice when it came to safety and security for themselves. They had to see the former president take that stage. Back to you.
Alexis McAdams, you look like you're having a lot of fun. Thank you very much. And guys, as Alexis was talking about the momentum that the crowd had, that part of Grand Michigan's had, Grand Rapids had for the president, Joey, I just kept thinking, it's a moment. He constantly creates these moments that resonate with people.
Yeah, it was almost a 2-hour speech, and when I watched this, when I was in Afghanistan, I'm not trying to compare apples and oranges here. When I was in Afghanistan, I walked down on a bunch of IEDs before one of them finally bit one of us, and I saw somebody get blown up, and oh wow, that's what can happen here. I can guarantee the next time I walk down on an IED, I had a different mentality. There was some trauma there from the last time when somebody got blown up, and you can't. The president is very strong, but you can't go through something like that and not have some traumatic response. So for him to go 1 week and be right back up there in essentially the same situation, one, is heroic in and of itself, no matter what his politics are. But two, I think he probably talked for 2 hours in this conversational, reflective tone because he's still feeling that, and those are the people he feels loves him most. So he's talking it out, and I felt that to be really unique.
Yeah. See, Todd, I didn't sense that he was cautious at all or even changed. I know in the beginning of the RNC when he took the stage, he almost went to tears because he was, I mean, this was his moment. He had just had an assassination attempt, but I thought he was stronger than ever tonight.
That may have been his moment, but this was his element. He loves these rallies in a way that I think it's difficult to put into words, because at these rallies, particularly this one in Michigan, there were people waiting for him on Thursday morning to watch this rally. Think about that. Yeah. So he views that an opportunity to perform for those people, to give them what they want. And yeah, it was long. This thing took almost 2 hours, but I think there should be a rule. I said this yesterday on Fox and Friends First. You get shot, you get to talk as much as you want within the following week. You know, the speech went at the RNC above 90 minutes, this one approaching 2 hours. Yeah. But he gave the people the answers that they wanted. And if there's one thing I learned from my interview of people this week about this Michigan rally in particular, two things. One, it was really important that he held his first rally post-shooting in Michigan to the people of Michigan. And it's part of this notion that leads to my second point, the forgotten men and women in the Rust Belt. They do feel forgotten. They have felt forgotten by Republicans and Democrats alike. So for him to hold this rally there, it says, hey, you're not forgotten anymore. And the choice of J.D. Vance really drives that point home, because for the first time in a long time, the people that drove the jobs away from Detroit and from Michigan in the beginning and are trying to do it again with regard to electric vehicles, they view Trump and Vance as a bulwark against that. They're not going to let those jobs go that time. And that is huge to them. They're not going to be forgotten anymore if they put Vance and Trump into office.